Welcome to Law Days and Lattes, the podcast where we blend the world of law and business with a warm cup of information and common sense. I'm your host, Sidney Wheelan, attorney, real estate investor, and business owner. Each week, we'll be your go-to source for legal insights, business advice, and so much more. Whether you're a seasoned professional, an ambitious entrepreneur, or simply someone seeking guidance, we'll have you covered. From navigating the legal landscape to empowering you with valuable business strategies, we'll explore the legal side of life and enjoy a virtual latte along the way. So, grab your favorite latte, get comfortable, and let's dive into Law Days and Lattes. Welcome to Law Days and Lattes. This podcast is sponsored by the Wheelan Law Firm of Moberly, Missouri, your go-to source for legal issues encountered by your family and your business. I'm your host, Sidney Wheelan. Welcome to episode number 26 of Law Days and Lattes. Recently, I introduced our listeners to the first of a series of shorter episodes devoted to leading your own businesses and families into the future. A future focused on intentionally setting up your business and your affairs so that you and the people you care about most are not only taken care of today, but also transition into the future securely and with the least amount of stress, anxiety, and cost. Today, we're continuing that conversation. We are going to be talking about one of the ways to fund our trust to make sure that there is something to distribute to our loved ones after our death. The funding method I want to talk about today is funding your trust with benefits from your life insurance policies. Most of us have at least one life insurance policy. I have many of my clients tell me that they have a life insurance policy that is set up to pay for the cost of their funeral and burial plan at their death. The problem is that, one, they have multiple beneficiaries named on the insurance policy, or two, they don't have any beneficiaries named on the policy, and that means the life insurance will have to be distributed to their probate estate after their death. Let's address the first problem first. If you have named one or more beneficiaries on your life insurance policy, at your death, the benefits from that life insurance policy are payable directly to your beneficiaries. If that is your plan and you want the money to go directly to your beneficiaries, then that's not a bad plan. However, at the time of distribution, those benefits now belong to the beneficiaries. The downside is that those beneficiaries are under no obligation to pay for your funeral bill with those life insurance proceeds. That is not likely what you intended when you took out the policy to pay for your funeral and burial expenses. And in the second instance, if you don't have any beneficiaries named on your policy, then the life insurance proceeds will be payable to your probate estate. If you have listened to any of my podcast episodes, you will understand that avoiding probate is one of the most important reasons to set up an estate plan ahead of time. If you are trying to avoid opening up a probate estate, you certainly do not want the life insurance proceeds to be the main reason that your loved ones have to open up a probate estate. So let's talk about better ways to manage your life insurance policies, starting with setting up a revocable trust. And as a part of funding that revocable trust, making your life insurance proceeds payable to your trust at your death. If you are interested in more information about setting up a revocable trust, please check out my earlier episodes of Law Days and Lattes, especially episode 2, and then some of the later episodes regarding specific family situations. So now let's quickly get into the top 10 reasons for making your trust the beneficiary of your life insurance policies. Number 1, streamlined estate planning. By making your trust the beneficiary, you consolidate your assets into one entity, simplifying the management and distribution of your estate. 2, avoidance of probate. Assets held in a revocable trust, including life insurance proceeds, generally avoid probate, allowing for a quicker distribution to those beneficiaries. 3. Control over distribution. A trust allows you to specify how and when beneficiaries receive the life insurance proceeds, such as in staggered payments or payments at a certain age. 4. Protection for minor beneficiaries. If you have minor children, a trust can manage and distribute the proceeds according to your instructions, preventing a court-appointed conservator from doing so. 5. Protection from creditors. While the proceeds are in the trust, they may be protected from the beneficiary's creditors, depending on the trust terms and the state laws. If that is an issue, make sure that you have spendthrift provisions in your trust. 6. Incapacity planning. If you become incapacitated, the trustee can manage the life insurance policy proceeds on your behalf. This could be particularly important if you have policy riders that include potential access to those life insurance benefits while you are living. Number 7, tax efficiency. While a revocable living trust does not provide estate tax benefits, it can be structured to handle taxes effectively, ensuring that the taxes are paid without burdening your beneficiaries. Number 8, privacy. Unlike a will, which becomes public as soon as it is filed with the court, a trust remains private, keeping the distribution of your life insurance proceeds confidential. Remember, a trust does not have to be filed anywhere. No one except you knows what assets are in the trust or how those trust assets are eventually distributed unless you choose to tell them. Number 9, avoiding multiple beneficiaries. Naming the trust as a beneficiary on your life insurance policy avoids complications that can arise when multiple individuals are named as beneficiaries, ensuring a more orderly distribution of your trust assets. And finally, 10, continuity. The trust continues to exist after your death, allowing for ongoing management of the life insurance proceeds, which is particularly useful for long-term planning, such as caring for a dependent with special needs, or a more structured payout for your trust over a longer period of time. So there you have it. At least 10 reasons for naming your trust as the beneficiary on your life insurance policies. Thank you for listening today. I hope you have gained some valuable insight into ways that you can fund your trust and how a little bit of planning can lead to better decision-making, risk management, and overall success of your legacy planning. If you are interested in other ways that I think life insurance proceeds can be used to ensure your legacy continues long after your death, please reach out to me at wheelanlaw.com. I especially hope that you take a little bit about what you have learned today and continue to explore ways to take your family and your business into the future confidently and knowing that you have set up your affairs to function as you intended, even in the event of unexpected circumstances. And before you go, I'm excited to tell you about our new Law Days and Lattes podcast pages on Facebook and Instagram, where you can expect engaging content, valuable tips, and community interaction. Our goal is to create a space where we can learn from each other and grow together. So we want to hear from you. Share your thoughts, ask questions, and connect with fellow listeners. We will put all of the links into our show notes. And as a reminder, please like and subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss a single episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a 5-star review and share it with your friends and family. As always, my friends, grab a cup of coffee or your favorite latte, hold your loved ones tight, and have a great week.
This podcast episode contains general information for discussion purposes only. Each case is different and must be judged on its own merits. Missouri rules generally prohibit lawyers from advertising that they specialize in particular areas of the law. This show should not be construed to suggest such specialization. Nothing on this show should be taken as legal advice for any individual case or situation. This information is not intended to create an attorney-client relationship, and the listening or viewing of this podcast does not constitute an attorney-client relationship. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.